there, tipsters. Today I want to talk about the game of the scene. Now, the game of the scene is a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but I think once you get the handle on it, whatever your definition, then it can really help out your scenes. So let's talk about sort of what people think it is. Some people say that the game is the first weird thing. We follow the first weird thing that happens in the scene and follow that and see where that goes. Some people say that it is the pattern, the thing that repeats in the scene. All these are fine definitions, but today I'm going to tell you my definition and tell you why I like it. So for me, the game of the scene actually breaks down to two smaller ideas. That is, that each person in the scene has their own game that they play. We'll talk more about that in a second. But I do talk about also in this video here, being the hammer. So, so you can refer back to that. But let's talk about sort of each person's game. What does that mean? What am I talking about? Well, I always use the example of the show Friends. I really love the show Friends because I think this is super clear. In Friends, every single person has a super clear game that they play. For 10 years and up to $1 million per episode each, it's all they do. For example, Ross is the nerdy one, Joey's the dumb one, Chandler's the sarcastic one, Monica's a control freak, Rachel's the princess, and Phoebe is the spacey one, right? And that's it. That's all they do. And they never change, right? And as I said in The Hammer, they never change their game. They always play the same thing. Ross is always nerdy, Monica never just lets it go, Joey never smartens up, Rachel never rolls up her sleeves and gets her hands dirty. It just doesn't happen, right? They just play those things. So for me, in a scene, each character has a game that they're playing, and the game of the scene is those two things rubbing up against each other, sort of like two sticks, right? And as those two things rub up against each other, then the friction of those two things catches fire, and that's the premise of the scene, or that's the story of the scene. Okay? And I think sort of, if we sort of follow it that way, the thing I like about this is that the game isn't something that exists outside the relationship of the characters. The game is the relationship of the characters. Each character has a thing that they're doing, and those two things rubbing up against each other is the game of the scene, right? So then the premise or the story or whatever grows out of character rather than being this sort of this outside thing that exists that we're trying to plug into, like gears into a machine. Right? And so the question often is, how do we get to that? I think we get to those big playable games by giving each other big playable gifts. I give a big playable gift to my partner, they give a big playable gift to me, and then we're off to the races and we're playing it like that. Okay? So, take that into mind and sort of swirl it around a little bit, put it into practice in your scenes, see how it works. Hit me down below and let me know what you think, and I'll see you next week. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me what you would like to hear an improv tip about. And also, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All the links are in the description down below. Thanks.